Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Pisces. You're getting a second time, this second time the Gemini sun giving you the light to the moon, which is in your sign. And it means that Gemini is really wanting to communicate something to you, because Gemini is connected with Mercury, and Mercury is the magician. So there is magic in the air, and you really want to listen to that. Last time we had Pluto in Aquarius retrograde as a special station, and the message was Eeyore, the world serpent, delivers a powerful message just for you. And that means you want to really check what is coming this time. And of course, we're gonna look at Neptune. Neptune is what is ruling you, are your dreams and your mind. And then, of course, we're gonna look at the moon, right? The moon, which is in your sign right now, so you don't get another card here. We're gonna look at the sun in Gemini. And we are going to look into Jupiter. Jupiter has moved into Cancer, the chance to now do something with your home. And we're going to look at Saturn. Saturn has moved into Aries, so there is a completion happening. Then, of course, we're going to look at you as the court card, the Knight of Cups. And I used to give you a date, but now I'm going to divide the date. And the first one is with the star above as the soul. And here the human aspect is the Knight of Cups. And that's between February 8th and 19th. That's the Knight of Cups and the star above it. So understand, right? This reading I did in the previous because the moon was in Aquarius. And I used the moon to bring the message. Not because it's in your chart, but I bring the message through the moon to you. So this combination is the first, right? Then we have this combination where the pure Pisces is between the 20th of February and the 11th of March. If your birthday is there, then you are the Knight of Cups and, of course, connected with the soul, also with the moon. And then there's another combination, and that's the soul, the moon, but below the Queen of Wands. And that's between the 12th of March to the 20th of March. The Queen of Wands plus the moon, a really interesting combination as well, right? So these combinations are what makes people tick a little different than the pure Pisces, right? And so I'm gonna look into these combinations, but here in this reading I'm just taking the pure Pisces and of course the Queen of Wands and Pisces. And in the previous one, right, that's where I did the Knight of Cups with the star as a soul aspect above it. And that's it, so we can begin the reading. I saw that there is one card reoccurring, and we begin the reading. So the Knight of Cups is having guilty moments, and in this guilt you feel like something is preventing you to really jump. And so the 12 turns into a 3, and the 3 and the 8 is the 11. There's a portal coming down to you. Now the 8 of Swords is Jupiter in Gemini. But Jupiter, which is the planet of ideal and luck and expansion, the chance, the wheel of fortune, is in Cancer. And so you need to look at this, right? What's going on? What are you blocking yourself from the beautiful energy that is surrounding us all the time? What is coming from the mother piece? Or you get the Ace of Swords pointing down. So one thought is all you need, and this thought should be holy. right? It's like the spiritual thought. This is the messenger. This is Mercury through Gemini, the messenger that is saying, well, think about one thing at a time. And so 8 and 1 is 9. And the 9 is the completion, but you want to come into the 1. And so here the 9 plus then the 3 is again the 12, that's you, and then the 3 is left. The Empress is left. The Empress knows how to shift, right? Because you are the messenger of the 12th house of spirituality and art. And so here you can bring something important down to this world. Now we're going to look at the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is getting the 10 of Pentacles. That's Mercury in Virgo. So Mercury is coming here through Gemini, right? And you see Mercury is like bringing a lot of money. And so the 10 and the 1 is the 11. And so there is a portal opening for you right away. Something is going really well. You're feeling comfortable. You're feeling good. You're having everything that you thought wanted and maybe even more. What is coming from the Mother Piece Tarot? There is the Shaman of Discs, which is Taurus. And the Shaman of Disc is pointing down to the left slightly, right? So you see that Taurus is pointing over to her. And so there is a Taurus that is saying, well, you have all this money, Mercury in Virgo, and Taurus is saying, well, invest this money. Reverse, usually the card is saying, well, you are not really comfortable yet with maybe holding all this money, or money is just literally draining out of you. Because this is a lot of money. Either you inherit or either you have won this money, right? It doesn't matter, but it's like a lot of money. And how to handle it. So the 12 comes here, plus the 1 is the 13, and the 13 is the transformation. Go through this transformation because it's important that you after come out as the number 4. The 4 is the Emperor, and the Emperor is ruling here the Queen of Wands. But this is the Queen of Wands who has the Moon above her, not the Emperor. The Emperor that is above the Queen of Wands comes in the next reading. You see? So there is really a cool mix now happening. I love it. Then comes Jupiter. Jupiter is in Gemini, and you get my home is my castle, the number 39. And it's clear, right? Because the 39 turns into a 12. The 12, this is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups knows that he needs to let go of something. He needs to let go of this because this is not working. He needs to see that one thought is coming down. And usually, of course, when the card comes up like this, you see her or him sitting here meditating and going into the transformation. But here you see these castles behind her, and this is what Cancer is all about. Cancer is about the home. It's the house of home and family. So here, my home is my castle. The 12 turns then into the 3 and the 10 again, the 13, a transformation. What is Cancer saying? You're getting the 5 of Wands, which is Saturn in Leo. Saturn is in Aries, but Leo is also a fire sign. And so something is really pushing you to a level of, I need to test myself. And the 13 that was left here, right, turns into the 4 and the 5 is the 9, and the 9 is the completion. In that completion, you understand that life is going to test you in the way you act, in the way you speak, in the way you do everything. And the 9 is left. And so understand that the 9 is here in this card, right? The 39, and you understand, okay, I'm gonna focus only on this life now. Then comes Neptune. Neptune is ruling you, and Neptune, I have a beautiful deck which is the archetypes from Carolyn Myss, and we have the teacher. Now, what's beautiful here with Osho Zen, it's always like pointing up to the light attribute of these cards, but we have also the shadow side. And the shadow side of the teacher is manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. The light attributes is ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So you understand that you want to focus on that. If you are a teacher, focus on that. Make sure that you're not a teacher, that you are an inspiration. I always say I want to be an inspiration to the people that want to hear from my knowledge. And so here, in a way, I am an inspiration in the tarot, wanting to inspire you to become your better self. So the 12, of course, turns into the 3. What is coming from Aries, because Neptune is in Aries right now. So it's not the dreams that we're chasing anymore. We are taking action. And the King of Swords is coming. And the King of Swords, of course, is the 11th zodiac sign, is the community, is the technology. And you see that you are now teaching this new community things that they really want to understand better. It's not like you need to teach things that we all know. We need to teach now things that go up into the air. And the sword is coming down here, and the sword has come down here. You see, the sword is pointing down. It's not pointing up, it's pointing down. And this is interesting because Aquarius is pointing down, and this is, of course, the Knight of Cups, who has the star above him, which is in the previous reading. So see the 11 and the 3 that is left from the 12. The 3rd of November or the 11th of March could be a date here that is talking to you. The moon. The moon is bringing you the 11, the deep quiet. And so the deep quiet comes through Aquarius, right? Maybe there's an Aquarius in your life. This Aquarius is saying, let's meditate, have the deep quiet, the meditation and the stillness. Through the moon, the 18 turns into a 9, the 9/11, 11/9, which is a historical date now in the United States. And 9/11 is really like the call for help. And the call for help is going deeper within. The call for help also comes here through Aquarius. Amazing, right? And so you see, we had here also the 11, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands, the 1. The 11 is there as well. What is coming from your deck, because the moon is in your sign, you get the 9 of Cups, which is Jupiter in Pisces. And that's for you, but Jupiter is in Cancer, and Cancer brought you Saturn in Leo. So Saturn, who is in Aries, is literally saying, well, you're going to be tested, that you're not dropping into a laziness. And so there's a 9/9 portal and the 11 in between. So if you meditate, you are not sitting here and become lazy. Usually this is the luck card, because the luck card is saying, hey, I am really having everything I need. But that's where sometimes then the laziness can take over. So be careful. The 9/9 portal here framing the 11. Go into the meditation and see always for yourself how important it is to really know that everything begins from deep within. The sun in Gemini is bringing you now the marine life, the number 32. And this is a richness that we understand that we come from. And so the 19 turns into a 10, the 10, and here the 5 of the 32 calculated together. We get the 15, and the 15 is at work. Maybe at work you are understanding to understand the innocence in your work. You're understanding also the richness in your work. And together the 15 turns into the 6, and the 6 is the Lovers. So Gemini is saying, love yourself, and then you will be so rewarded, so amazed by what life is bringing you. What is coming from Gemini? The 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is Sun in Scorpio. The Sun is in Gemini and not in Scorpio. But it means Scorpio is that richness deep in the ocean. He's the one that brings us deep. He's the one that is ruled by Pluto. And Pluto is in Aquarius. And Aquarius is here through the King of Swords. understand the Ace of Swords also brings you then the understanding that you need to awaken to how empowered you can become by understanding what's happening above, which is influencing you below here. So here you are, right? You have a 6-6 portal. And in that 6-6 portal, you understand very clearly that the message that is coming to you is always about observe. Observe simply what's going on around you, and you will see the signs and the symbols and the numbers the same way I do. Saturn. Saturn now in Aries is bringing you the 9 of Pentacles. So we have 10 of Pentacles. And we have 9 Pentacles, 19 Pentacles. 19 is the Sun, is the innocence, is knowing that life is actually rich. Life is always rich, right? Unless you're not seeing it, unless you're thinking about things that block this beautiful world, right? Because you are focusing on the problems and not on the solutions. There are always solutions to everything. So don't say there is a problem. There's a situation. And when there is a situation, then you understand that you also find a solution. And so the 21 turns into the 3 and the 9 again. The 12 appears here. And so trust that you awaken to this fluffy pink cloud, that you can do whatever it is that you need to be doing. And you're seeing her being turned into this whirlwind of energy. This is Venus in Virgo. What is Aries bringing? The 10 of Swords. So you really need to awaken, right? Because you had the 8 of Swords, then you had the Ace of Swords, and you had the King of Swords. And here now you have the 10 of Swords, which is Sun in Gemini. And Sun in Gemini is saying a second time, awaken from this. Come out of this. It's not good for you. And so now you're lying here and you let go. And the 10 and the 9 is the 19. And the 19 is the Sun. The 10 is left. Plus the 3, the 13, the transformation that you're going through here again is so important, that you are now letting go and all the swords are in your back. And this is the dark night of the soul, right? And it's Sun in Gemini and you get it the second time. And to get a second time, the Sun telling you again a message is not happening each time. It's shifting, right? And so there's each time someone else getting a second time the moon in the Gemini and is getting a message from the moon through then Gemini or the other zodiac signs. And Gemini is literally saying, yes, you gotta awaken to this energy that is bringing you deep within but also deep without. And so you understand that this is a very, very special moment, right? That the 13 turns into the 4, and the 4 is then of course Aries, and Aries is ruling Saturn. Aries is also ruling Neptune, and so you have no chance. You gotta be friends with Aries. You gotta be friends with the actions. You gotta be coming into the understanding that yes, you have a lot of money, but with a lot of money comes maybe also a lot of responsibility, a lot of like, well, I need to understand that I need to delegate this money. It's not like, oh, I have all of a sudden a lot of money and I can do just whatever I want. No, it's not going to work like that, right? And so 9 cups and 6 cups are 15 cups. That's at work. You would love to chill here, but you also know that you have to awaken to become more responsible and to become more engaged in what's going on around you. And that's where you get the deep quiet, right? That's where you're gonna feel this is the moment where I understand that 9/11 has spoken to you, right? And you are seeing, okay, I get it. The 11 is here, and the 11 is the portal of you knowing that in the one lies that one decision, lies that one thought that is coming down, and the King of Swords is gonna help you to do just that. Wow, beautiful message. I hope I see you in the next one. That's when we get the sun in Cancer. Cancer brought you the 5 of Wands, which is Saturn in Leo. You're going to be tested, hopefully for the good. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.